Okay, I'm sorry how that last one ended. Where did we leave off? Oh yeah, that's right.
Round 2. Fight!
So, having bested the dragon, we returned to Hubert and explained to him that all of his men were burned up by a dragon.
What of my equipment? Did it seem salvageable?
Hey, people died for that, pal. The only equipment you should be worried about right now is in your pants because I'm about to kick it.
Give me the bone pit. Perhaps in a few years I can get it back in order.
What? Ha! Fine, take it. I wash my hands of this cursed venture.
You don't know how many times I've said something similar while working on this review. No, I should correct what I said last time. I don't hate this game. It just really disappoints me sometimes. And it frustrates me that it's so damn buggy.
Everyone, we must go before they send more attackers.
When he's not occupying a human torso, Varric is actually easy to get along with. He's actually what you should expect from a video game companion. That is, he's someone there to help you forget about the bad things in your life because you're having too much time in this imaginary world. Varric is there to help you forget all of your troubles.
I know this is ancient history, but remember that Hightown house Bartrand barricaded himself in? Bartrand doesn't exactly need the place now that he's in the sanitarium. I've been trying to sell it.
Thanks for reminding me again of my problems. But I'm sure that pipe will just work itself out. Yep. My life is one long string of being told, don't worry about it, I'll take care of everything. Which is a phrase I hear about as often as, I would be so honored if you had sex with my wife. No, but I promised myself that I was not going to be dour this time. After last time, I know it probably seems like I do nothing but gripe about my own problems. So I have been trying to be very positive right now. So I even looked at some of the houses I think it would be great to get. I'm thinking about leaving town behind and just moving into the countryside to get, take the stress down a notch and relax a little bit. Even found a great place in my price range right next to Page Creek Marsh. That sounds romantic. Page Creek Marsh.
Who goes to a place named Black Marsh on purpose? Now, they called it Beer Marsh. No, still doesn't work.
You've got a point. The marsh part does cancel out anything else. Flower Marsh, Kitten Marsh. No good.
But no, that's not... Well... I hate you. I hate you so much.
What's the word in Lowtown, Varric?
Nothing you don't know already. The Viscount's departure, a vacuum of power, troubles brewing. Get rid of one thread and another appears. I'm starting to think this city's in love with Crisis.
That's not to mention the fact that that house you sold turns out to be haunted now thanks to what your brother did. But we can go and sort that out for you, sure. And, alright, I'm going to stop being so glum. Let's set the right tone here for something where in Kirkwall, for once, everything's going to go right. No matter what seems to be going wrong, everything's okay. Right now.
Listen to the miracle just do it and trust yourself. There's a soul in the city watching over us tonight. There's a soul in the city saying everything's gonna be alright. So bring over son your old Motown records. We'll put the speakers in the window and we'll go on the roof and listen to the miracles echo through the alley down below. Oh yeah, they wish us luck, but they think we're just dreaming. Let's prove them wrong, baby. Cause you know what luck is. Luck is believing you're lucky. That's all. And showing just a little bit of faith. There's a soul in the city watching over us, I swear. There's a soul in the city. There's a whole world waiting out there. Oh yeah.
This is a piece of the idol. No, I should have known Bartrand would lie to me. Of course he'd keep a piece of the statue for himself. Think of what we could do with this. I need this thing. 6 years of my life have gone into this.
And there we go again. This thing's magic seemed only more potent when broken.
The shard is my only hope of curing Bartrand. It's my only chance to set any of this right.
I can't believe I'm saying this. If it means that much to you, keep the Shard of Craziness.
No. This thing is cursed. It can bring nothing but madness.
It's not your call, Blondie.
Varric, I beg you, destroy this thing.
I can't. I'm sorry.
Let the temptation sing it one time. Bring over some of your own Motown records. Ah, yeah. Put the speakers in the window and we'll go on the roof and listen to the miracles. Oh, you sound so sweet. Here I come.
I don't care if that fit or not. The Motown song makes everything better. That's just a fact.
You were courageous to speak openly against the Knight Commander. Your words did not fall on deaf ears.
Well, if that's true, then it's a first.
Several nobles are discussing, quietly, what to do about Meredith.
Yes, Meredith's iron grip on the city is rubbing everybody the wrong way, but she insists on holding on to her power. She's been a pain in my side since the moment we arrived. Remember that she was the one who gave the order that stopped us from being allowed into the city. We lost a year of our lives because we had to work off the debt that it took to bribe our way into the city. And considering that we're living in a mansion right now, I'd say that we're not exactly the detritus that she implied we were. So yeah, we'll happily join any conspiracy that's going to try to knock her down, especially because it involves a whole lot of Templar bullies. Ahem. I said, especially because it involves Templar bullies. These damn bugs, Jesus. I swear to Christ, I've seen that load screen more times than I've seen my kids' faces over the past month. Here we are. Okay. Bunch of Templars fighting the nobles and their guards, who are meeting in secret. Now, I have little use for the nobility as a group, other than needing to prop a door open or remind me why faces should have a chin. But they at least have a vested interest in maintaining a functioning government, and aren't enforcing a status quo at the point of a sword. Avelyn's guards aren't perfect, sure. Covering up the crimes of a guy who's literally raping the poor doesn't instill much confidence, certainly. But at least when they are out on patrol, they tend to deal with criminals, not anyone and everyone Meredith doesn't like.
You harbored a known apostate.
What crime is feeding my cousin? She was whipped, half starving.
It is a crime against the Maker. The sentence is... Intruders! Deal with them.
I'm guessing Templars aren't big on body cams. Oh, and how do you like that bit about that crime against the Maker? Yeah, I'm sure that really cheesed him off, showing kindness to someone who's downtrodden. Yeah, I bet there's a verse in the chant, "Blessed are the pig-headed idiots, but woe upon those who show kindness to those bleeding and starving, for they clearly had gotten a righteous ass-whooping." With these guys dealt with, we can finally meet with the heads of this resistance against Meredith, only it's been infiltrated and more Templars show up, so we've got to put them down too. How many of these guys do you think took their oaths saying, "Boy, I sure do hope I get shipped off to the middle of God only knows where to get involved in the political machinations of some corrupt bureaucrat so that I can fight and die in the streets? You know, because I believe in a divine plan."
This attack will cement their conviction. When the time comes, you will have our aid.
It's good to know when the next apocalypse hits this town that I'll have some backup this time. Well, the chutzpah, Meredith wants to meet with me because she wants my help.
There was an incident within the gallows. A number of phylacteries were destroyed, and several mages took the opportunity to escape. We've recovered most of the fugitives. However, I require your assistance in tracking down the last 3.
Not a problem. I'll give the case all the attention it deserves. Well, the case was hopeless. We did everything we could, but the trail went cold. I guess you're going to have to settle for being tyrannical at someone else. I could bring in an orphan girl with a 3-legged dog for you to flog, if that'll make you feel better.
I have asked you to track these fugitives so you might see for yourself what we Templars deal with every day. If you still think them worth our mercy, tell me then.
I'd have better luck explaining it to the statues out front than getting it through your thick melon.
Are the apostates blood mages?
The Knight Commander suspects this, yes.
But she does not know for certain.
The Knight Commander tends to assume all apostates practice blood magic.
Really, I can't tell you how shocking I find that. I'll bet Meredith carries around blood mage paraphernalia when she shows up. Afterwards, she leaves it all around the crime scene. Oh, look, it's the 15th one this week. Lucky thing we're breaking this ring up, huh? Of course, blood mages are incredibly common around here, which is rather odd considering how difficult it is to learn outside the Imperium. Don't get Fenris started on that topic, believe me. The Templars and those who agree with them seem to think that all mages are just one bad day away from just embracing blood magic, which is like thinking you or I are just one day away from launching a nuclear strike because we have hands. Blood magic needs to be taught one way or the other. It's just that around here, the Templars are such bastards that blood mages have found it a lot easier to recruit others simply so that they'll have something to fall back on when the overzealous pricks show up to do something horrible to you for the crime of being born. Now, I'm not defending their choice to be blood mages, of course. I'm just pointing out that, much as Tim's own harrowing showed, the Templars are really great at forcing mages to learn the opposite of what the lesson is supposed to be. It's like if Jack Chick made a comic that accidentally taught you everything you needed to know about homosexual technique. It's not just failure, it's an embarrassing failure. Our first stop is in Darktown to talk to Evelina, only we find a young man and a kid instead. She actually left the Circle in Ferelden to lead refugee orphans from the Blight to Kirkwall, and then she submitted herself to the Circle. Naturally, she was quickly locked away as an apostate and the kids left on the streets, because charity is apparently not as important a virtue as stabbing someone who's not as fanatical as you are. Since her escape from the Kirkwall Circle, she doesn't seem to be the same person, though. These two are downright afraid of her, in fact, and they run away in terror that she's going to be mad at them for us showing up. They're wrong, though. She'll be mad at me. Because everybody gets mad at me for no reason. It's the sole reason for my existence in this world.
You're Ferelden, like us. But you feast on sweetmeats while your people starve in the Undercity.
Damn, I just got called out for being part of the 1%. Worst part is I can't even say get a job because, I don't have one. I'm only doing this because I've got bugger all else to do. As you can see, she's possessed by a demon, and so we have to put her down. The kids are terrified and confused over this, and Anders takes the opportunity to put 100% of the blame on the Templars. Now, I don't doubt that if the Templars hadn't been so merciless that this wouldn't have happened. But that doesn't excuse what she did either. Even if she was driven to do something wrong, she still chose to cross the line. I'm not going to say all mages must pay for her crimes, but neither am I going to say that what she did was right. There's a difference between what's understandable and what's right. And it's why zealots really make me nervous. I want to make the world less evil. Zealots are so consumed with the need to stop one kind of evil, they'll insist that their own crimes are actually righteous.
Take this, and use it wisely.
Thank you, Maser. I should go buy some food for the others.
See, this is a perfect example of what I'm saying. It would be completely understandable if he took this money to go out and get laid. But he's not. He's going to feed starving children. That's the right thing. Then if there's any money left over, then you go to the Blooming Rose. You know, narcoleptics need a lot more positive exposure in media.
You look lovely tonight, my lady.
Oh, you are too kind.
I agree. Too kind. What is this? It's like you put on a sensible Mary Poppins bottom, then you put on a clown suit on top, and then you realize you forgot to put your sports bra on, so you put that on over that? Are you going to some kind of high-power Circus Dolay meeting tonight? I don't know what this is.
Talia? Oh, she is so slow, this girl. Come, let us chat while we wait.
Ugh, I've barely come in the door and I already say Evelina's point of view. Before I'm subjected to more aristocratic behavior than I can take, her husband, Guillaume, steps in to fess up that the Countess gave her son, one of the missing mages, obviously, I didn't arrive here at random to pester her, gave him some gold to start a new life. But he's instead taken it to the Hanged Man to get drunk and laid. Again, understandable, not the right choice. You can get drunk and laid anywhere. In fact, on the right ship, you can probably get both. But here is the easiest place to get discovered by Templars. He's quickly becoming the Jowan of Kirkwall.
Emile de Lancey.
Wow. Are you a mage? Because you just magicked my breath away.
If only I could magic your breath away. It smells like a skunk died in a distillery.
You don't understand. I've been in the circle since I was 6. 6! For 20 years I was locked up. I never had a real drink or cooked something for myself. Never stood in the rain or kissed a girl.
Yeah, well, quit looking at me. You have a better chance with the Kunari in the corner. Something to remember with the rite of annulment, though. Those places have kids in them. Don't tell me all the kids in there are just as guilty as everyone else, too. I tell this idiot to use the money as it was intended and get out of town, and we'll pretend that we never saw him. Sebastian doesn't really approve of that, but he doesn't make a stink about it either. That's the reason why I'm dragging both him and Anders around with me, in the hopes that I can pull them in from the extremes and closer to the middle, so that maybe we can see that locking up all the mages isn't necessary, but making excuses for blood mages isn't a good idea either.
So your tranquil solution was hardly the Holocaust you imagined.
You've been seeking revenge for the death of one family for as long as I've known you. Are you honestly judging me for trying to save the lives of every mage in Thedas?
But they were never threatened. It was a single man's lunacy. The Chantry would never follow through with such a thing.
Yet.
It's a vain hope, I admit, but I'm trying. Extremists tend to scare me far more than whatever it is they're actually afraid of. Our final stop is the wife of one of the escaped mages, who works for a dressmaker. Maybe she could swing by the Countess's house. I think she's got some kind of emergency service needed there. But first, we should probably learn about her husband.
Did you see him use any magic? Perhaps blood magic?
Would she know it to see it?
While that's not exactly an unfair point, our experience with blood magic says that there is nothing subtle about it. I mean, it is as in your face as a dick pic on Snapchat.
Would it help if I returned? I'll make sure you're safe.
I would be grateful. Huon said he would come to the alienage soon, at nightfall. Are you going to arrest him? I think he needs help. Maybe the Circle will be able to heal whatever troubles him.
I don't know, with Meredith in charge, I think the treatment is having his head cut off. So we come by later that night and...
Huon,
I don't want to be a pessimist, but something tells me this one isn't going to end well.
Your blood will bring new life to our people.
Alright, unless her appendix was about to burst, we've got a blood mage.
What is it with elves and blood magic?
Wait, so the human does it, and you say, what a pity that she was driven to that. The elf does it, and you say, it's those damn elves again. In what way is this not racist? I really don't understand you, Anders. I mean, even when I agree with you, I still want to punch you in the face. Anyway, we have to put the poor madman down, and that finishes it up so we can head back to Meredith and deal with her.
I'm led to believe that both Huon and Evelina are dead. Unfortunate, but necessary. It seems, however, that we have still heard nothing of Emile de Lancey.
Emile was killed.
Yet we have no body, no witness to a battle.
Oh, yes. Well, you see, there was the abomination. He was the abomination because he was a blood mage. A blood mage and an abomination, both. He was a double threat. And so we said we must stop this abominable blood mage abomination. And so there was the... and I was trying to stop him. And the fireball came, and there was with the flames, and then he fell down a hole, and there was fire. So he's dead now. Am I getting paid for this?
Most curious. Regardless, your part in this is done.
You said I could offer judgment when I was finished, and brace yourself, I'm about to.
The blame for everything these mages did can be laid at your feet. Look at the way you treat them. Is it any wonder they're so desperate?
I have heard this argument often.
And it's not worth considering?
Maybe they are not corrupt. Maybe they deserve leniency. Maybe they can be saved. There are maybes enough to fill half the graves in Kirkwall. I will not add more to the pile.
And I thought my answer was bad. Well, across the way is Orsino, the first enchanter. I think maybe I should have a private conversation with him about what's going on.
This is a difficult time for Kirkwall.
You are correct. It is. Are you going somewhere with that? What's your specialization? The no-shit school of magic? Get in touch with me if you want to actually do something about this problem. Well, what do I find waiting for me back home? A letter. From him, asking me to come all the way back here again. I hate to break it to you, Orsino, but if any of us needs a little cardio, it's you.
All I know is numerous mages have left the circle at night, sometimes for days at a time. I don't know if they seek congress with demons or merely a walk in the moonlight.
And that's the real problem. There's a lack of trust here. If this were a theoretically normal relationship between Templars and mages, then Orsino should be able to go to the Knight Commander, explain his concerns, and be assured that the response would be measured, would only be what the situation called for, rather than an overreaction, or need to crack down on everyone else. Instead, the extremist in charge here has ensured that no trust can possibly exist, and so consequently, the whole system breaks down. People have to sneak around in a conspiracy precisely because the Knight Commander is so fearful of conspiracies. So yeah, we'll look into this and ensure that whatever the response is measured, just like with those missing mages. We killed the ones who needed killing, and we spared the one who was harmless. Well, to other people anyway.
Thank you. Your support has been a lifeline for me.
For all of us.
Well, good. I'm glad somebody appreciates it. I mean, the statue was nice, but did you see it? It looks nothing like me. I don't wear a helmet. What's the deal?
Someone's coming. The champion.
Okay, here's my big moment. Yes, I am the champion, but not the champion of Kirkwall, the champion of mages and Templars, and how we can come...
We know you're spying for Orsino. Run!
We'll handle this.
No, wait. I don't want... Don't, stop with the violence. No, please don't. Oh, damn it. It's really hard for me to make my point that I'm on your side by forcing me to stab you.
We should search them. See if there's any further evidence of their plans.
Good thinking. We'll know where to go next so that we can fail horribly.
I told you she was hunting us!
No, not her. I can't do this.
Wait, I remember you. I rescued you from blood mages, and then I vouched for you in front of Sir Cullen. So, you can pay that back now, right? Ass. Okay. I may be called the champion of Kirkwall, but I am really the champion of mages and Templars, and how we together can...
To arms!
Damn it, 2.5 hours. I spent 2.5 hours on this speech. Ugh. So, after we once again slaughter a whole room full of people in the name of peace, we can finally talk to Chicken Little who ran off there.
I told them not to do it, I swear. If I knew you were the one they were talking about, I'd have warned you.
Yeah, we just came here in the name of peace, love, and understanding. Now tell me what the fuck's going on or we'll kill you too.
I don't hold with kidnapping. Not after what I went through.
What are you talking about?
They said someone was spying. We needed leverage. Someone they cared about. As a hostage. We just got word they pulled some girl from the circle. Sister, I think.
Yeah, they kidnapped Bethany to use as leverage against me, assuming that I was on Meredith's side because of what I did. Unaware that half of the reason that I helped Meredith was because Bethany was being used as leverage against me. He mentions that this whole thing was organized by Thrask. He was seen in Act 1. He was the Templar who kept popping up who was reasonable. I mean, really reasonable. I mean, I suppose by the standards we've seen, any Templar not licking blood off of a knife would seem reasonable.
Just look what Thrask accomplished. Mages and Templars working together. Isn't that what we all want?
Yeah, and I'm willing to say it to anybody willing to listen. Unfortunately, nobody's willing to listen! Well, he points us to where we can get both Thrask and Bethany back, so we head there right away. For someone trying to save the lives of mages and Templars, I have to feel that I'm doing something wrong here.
Who are you again?
Samson. I'm the one who fouled up your lad Fainriel's escape some years ago.
I have to admit, it's so long since I did Act 1, I still have no idea who the hell you are. I finally figure out that he was the guy who put us on the trail when Fainriel was going to be sold into slavery. He sent the kid into a trap, basically. But now he's reformed and is helping out Thrask in his movements. So could we go and talk to him and, I don't know, maybe rescue my sister?
I suppose it was too much to hope that he wouldn't have come here. Though I can't understand why you side with Meredith now. You showed me we can stand up to her. When I realized you had risked your life lying to protect those mages. Please, champion. I have nothing but respect for you. It's Meredith we must see gone.
Yes, I'm a champion of Kirkwall, but I'm also the champion of mages and... Fuck it. Can I just have my sister so I can go home now?
Let the hostage go.
No. The girl dies. Then the champion.
Well, good. I'm glad we've straightened out our misunderstanding.
Meredith. What do I care for Meredith? I'm here for the champion.
Yep, I saved her life too. Sure, I'm getting a lot of return on that investment. See, the leader of their little group was a blood mage, and when he attacked me, I wound up killing him. She's mad at me about that. Apparently it's my fault that I didn't let him kill me, which technically is true, but I don't think anyone can really blame me for that one. Except obviously her. So apparently her and her followers infiltrated this group solely to arrange it to draw me in to get revenge. And then she promptly kills Thrask and throws the whole thing into chaos, and we have to fight and kill a whole bunch more of mages and Templars who were trying to stop Meredith. I have to tell you, it's really hard to feel like a hero when everything you've done has made things worse. When the world would be a better place if you literally never got out of bed this morning. Well, thankfully some of them have some sense. So Bethany gets freed, and the Templars show up, and oh, it's Cullen.
The boy stood up to his elders when they would have killed an innocent hostage.
You mean he was one of them, save for a convenient last-minute change of heart? I'll encourage Meredith to take it easy on him.
Yeah, keep building those bridges there. So, looks like the conspiracy against Meredith has been destroyed. Yay us. We go back and tell Orsino the bad news.
If Meredith stays in charge, she'll run Kirkwall into the ground.
Speak softly, friend. There is nowhere safe to say those words. But be assured, you are not the only one thinking them.
Definitely not.
But as bad as Meredith is, there are even worse problems that we've got going on here, coming from a direction that we never expected.
What a week I'm having!